Welcome back down on the farm to Bjornholm, episode 30 with me, MrSealyp. Clearing the straw swaths with the Krone Big X is proving rather interesting. It's still a big beast, but I love it, I really do. And I'm still daisy chaining, so I've got 4. Same as we did when we did the all crop harvest up on field 34 and 39. I filled up the front 2, then swapped them round for the back 2. So the back 2 are now full, the front 2 are now filling up. So when I'm done, I should have about 128,000 litres of chaff to take to the biogas plant. So it's all going rather well. Obviously I've got the different header. I'm using the one that's more like a hoover. And that doesn't help with the description. Can't for the life of me remember what it's called. Bear with me 1 second. It is the Krone EasyFlow 300. There you go, that's what it's called. I say it's like a hoover. That's really what it does. The augers, sort of almost like a contra-rotating auger, sends it all to the centre, up into the collection chute, and then chaffs it. So it's, yeah, it's like a hoover. There is probably some technical term for it. Don't know what it is, but anyway. Interestingly, FS17, looking at the new vehicles pages, the Krone Big X has been replaced for the Krone, well, it is a Big X, but this is the Big X 1100, I think it is, isn't it? This is the mental one, I think, yeah, 1100. It's the Krone Big X 598, I think it is, so it's the smaller brother to this one, or sister, depending. Yeah, slightly smaller version of the Krone. Well, this has slowed down to 4 miles an hour, but there's a lot of weight on the back of here. All of that. But then it has got, I think it's 1043 horsepower, is it, this one? Crazy amount of power. It is almost full. And that's us full. So put the pipe in, we'll take this to the biogas plant and unload. Now, I also mentioned quite a few episodes back that I'm thinking of getting rid of the Amazon Pantera 4502 because I don't use it. In honesty, I love it. It's a brilliant bit of machinery, really, really cool, and I'm looking forward to the New Holland Guardian sprayer, which is the kind of, it's the new version. It's a front boom sprayer rather than the rear boom. But the tank's just too small on this. It goes down too quick. It's a fantastic bit of kit, just don't use it, so I'm going to sell it. And that's not a bad price in all honesty, but it was expensive to buy in the first place. Okay, so we've got a bit of money in the bank. I have sold a load of silage as well, trying to get us to this point. Now, as you can see, I've got some vehicles lined up here. That's in preparation for what I'm about to do next. So, nip to the shop. Slurry tankers. Now, I'm not quite sure how this is going to work, so it may be a bit of trial and error. I could go for the larger slurry tanker, which has got a slightly larger capacity and a 15 metre width. This one has got a 15 metre width as well. But what I'm thinking is, to make it a bit more efficient, maybe, I don't know if it will work or not, I'm going to get this, the Zunhammer SKE 18.5 PU, another great name for a piece of machinery. I think I'm going to get this Zunidisc, I think it is, the Zunidisc. I think goes with it, as far as I'm aware, so I'm going to get that. I'm also going to get this, the TSA 30,000, the Kotte, not quite sure, tanker for transporting liquids. And colour, I'm going to go for, I don't know actually. Oh, I shouldn't be taking this long to make this decision. Maybe a maroon colour? No, lime green. And I'm going to go for this as well. Well, this is the bit I'm not too sure how this is going to work out. How am I looking money-wise? Why has my money not gone down how I thought it was going to in my head? I'm going to get this, and this one I'm going to get in... actually... I need to stand out on the side of the field so I can see it. I'm going to get it in red. Okay. Still got a lot of money there. What did I have in my head that I was supposed to be buying that I haven't bought? Oh, yes, of course. I remember now. The potato harvester. I knew there was something. So, the Grim Tektron 415. 479,000. Hang on. Is that right? Yes, potatoes. I haven't got a potato harvester. You own 0. Yes, I've done sugar beet, haven't done potatoes. So, what was I looking at then? Oh, I'm getting confused, aren't I? Between maps. But I do need this. So, potato harvester. Bought. So this is going to look a bit interesting now. There's going to be a bit of equipment here. That's probably why it's gone a little bit laggy all of a sudden. It's got to deal with all that. So, the Zunhammer slurry tanker, that will spray as is, I think, but I will put this on the back of it, so it'll be a slurry injector. The liquid tanker, this will go into a field full of liquid slurry. That's the plan, and this will be for potatoes. The potato thing I'll worry about later because I'm not ready to do those yet. So, first things first, I'm going to jump into the Deutz-Fahr. I'm hoping it's going to have enough horsepower to do what I need it to. We shall see, and I've probably parked these way too close now, haven't I? Never mind. Hook up to this first. And then I need to hook that up to the back of it, I think, don't I? Yup. Give myself a bit of space. That seems like an incredibly large tank trying to be 18,000 litres. I'm baffled by that, but if it says it's 18,000, it's 18,000, right. That's quite a big old unit. I'm going to drive that down to the biogas plant. That's going to be my first trip. This would be incredibly handy to do if it was on multiplayer, because I've got a lot of vehicles to move, plus the fact that you can't do follow me. which is really annoying. Anyway, see you in a mo. Now I'm hoping this will fill up from here. It should do. I'll just park it up here, and first thing I do, actually, what I was quite impressed with whilst driving over here, is when you hook this up to the back, how the pipe's attached. You've got the pipe there, black pipe goes in and attaches onto the back of here. So the details, the animations, when you hook it all together, it's actually quite impressive. I like that. Quite nice. So hopefully this will, if I've done the right one, fill up. There we go. Excellent. Now, if I can zoom up a bit here, look how full that tank is. Because I've been selling so much silage, the byproduct is the slurry, and I have done this on Westbridge Hills, because I've sold quite a bit on there. So I was using the Holmer DLC, the Holmer Terra variant, with the slurry tank on the back of that. So this time I thought I'd do it with the trailed one rather than on the Holmer, but I've got plenty of liquid slurry there, so that's why I've decided to give it a go on this map. I've never done it before, so I'm going to go to field 35 and I'm going to slurry inject rather than use fertiliser spreader. What I'm also going to do though is use those other bits of equipment to take slurry over there, either in the tanker or store it in the other big container, so I haven't got to keep coming backwards and forwards in with this vehicle. The tanker will be quicker coming backwards and forwards. It can fill up the large container by the side of the field, and I can just fill up from there. That's the plan. So head over to field 35. Now, in all honesty, this is going to take a bit of time. Just going to unfold these at the back and drop them down. Now I'm assuming, there we go, once I start driving now, well, this is going to be weird because it's all attached to the back, but I will just, it's what's it called, cultivator as well, so it's cultivating whilst fertilising. Interesting, and it's unusual because it's all one long unit. So very peculiar way of doing it. Okay, but I'll use this up, bring over the rest of the equipment, and we'll see how we get on. I can see it's being really awkward. I have to say, it really is lasting a lot better than I thought it would. But I suppose because it's injecting, if it was just squirting slurry out the back, which is what some of the slurry tankers do, they just go down so quickly. Whereas this is, I suppose, direct injecting, so it's actually only using what it needs to into that particular bit of ground, plus it's cultivating at the same time, which is pretty cool. It's looking pretty good. Right, stop it there. On the back of the Holmer I have got the fill container that we bought. Now I'm hoping I can fill up the fill container directly from here, but I might have to fill it up from the tanker, I'm not sure. So we'll try it. I think it's probably going to be filled up from the tanker, which is no problem. I'll move this out of the way, put the tanker in its place. And I can probably put this alongside the other side of it and then refill it, and I'll drive them both out. Now the beauty with this fill container, and I do like this, is when you unhook it, the pneumatic rams, or hydraulic, whichever they are, close and it sits down to the ground. So if I just disconnect it now, it sits itself right down to the ground, so it sits as a container. Oh, that didn't work well. And then as soon as you hook it up again, becomes a trailer. So yeah, it's quite a useful bit of kit. So just jump out of there, jump into the Tatra. Now hopefully, if I pull up alongside here, I can fill this up. So this is just a tanker, and you should fill up from the bottom here. You should see that, if I zoom right in, see that bubbling away there? Lovely. Liquid manure. bubbling up the tube. How gross is that? Liquid poo. It's quite a good animation, that, actually. I quite like that. This you can see your fill level. That's almost full. So what I'll do then, I'll try. If I pull this alongside, it should be able to fill it up. I'm not sure how this is going to work out, but we'll see. Pain in the arse. That's better. Should have just done that in the first place. Would have been easier, wouldn't it? That's better. We are filling up nicely. And this should be going down. There we go. Now it's working properly. Okay, so that's full. And we'll just fill this up. So while that's filling up, I'll take this over to the field. So I need to decide where to put this, really. Could be over the other side of that barn, or by the barn. Or I could just stick it by the side of the field right here, which is going to be easy to get to and easy to resupply it. So I think I might just stick it here. A bit unsightly, I suppose, but you know what? I'm going to. Right, let's unhook it. It drops down to the ground. Fold that up. Move this out of the way. Beacon's off. He's now full. Bring him over as well. Beacon's on. Can turn off the automatic help. Okay, over we go. So what we'll do, I'll try to unload straight into the tanker to start off with. That should work. Just to fill it up. Has to be done from in here. Refill. There we go. So you have to be in this one to refill from the tanker. The tanker should be going down again. Just want to see the... Yep, it's going down and this is filling up. Brilliant, we're getting somewhere. Okay. So it is working. Right, brilliant. Let's move the tank out of the way. See, it's gone down. Yep. Okay. Jump in the scooch across. So we'll put this here for the time being. Then we need to fill up. We'll take it and fill up with this. and it really is going to take a while, but it will be worth it in the end. And here we are on our last strip of liquid slurry from the Zunhammer slurry spreader and the Zunhammer slurry injector. And as you can basically tell, they're absolutely filthy, but that's what they were originally. Anyway, it's actually made fairly light work of this field, and it didn't use anywhere near as much slurry as I thought it would. I went and filled up the lime green tanker once and brought it back, but that was it, just once, and I haven't used all of what I had. I've still got 12,764 litres in this slurry tanker. I think the green one, lime green one, is empty. That will need refilling, and I only used a fraction out of the top of the fuel container. I say a fraction, I'm going to use some out of it, but nowhere near as much as I thought it would, so on the whole, not too bad. So, a few different things in this episode, bit different, as they always are. But anyway, got some forage harvesting done, went and sold the Pantera, bought a potato harvester, bought all this equipment here, all by the Deutzfahr and the lorry, but the tankers, the slurry fill container, the Zunhammer and slurry injector, and the Garant liquids tanker, but for slurry, all brand new, never used them before on a gameplay series, and I have to say I think it worked out quite well. I mean, you could move this sort of triple unit around to any field you wanted to, while you've still got liquid manure in the biogas plant, it will still work. So yeah, not bad, quite happy with this. Good little setup, and it works, and it's free, so yeah, not bad at all. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you liked it, give us a like. If you don't subscribe already, please do. Always looking for new subscribers. If you've got a comment, leave a comment. If you want to share the video clip, by all means share it with your friends. We're on Facebook too. There'll be screenshots popping up there at regular intervals, and whatever you choose to do. Thanks for watching.